today's video is going to be my October favourites. There's been tons of stuff that I've enjoyed this month, but this is kind of a snapshot of the things that maybe you may have seen on Instagram or in vlogs me talking about, and a couple of things that maybe I haven't. I'm going to start with hair, since obviously my hair is quite different from my last favourites video. First of all, like I said in my previous one, I am going to do a full video and just kind of talk you through taking my extensions out and all that stuff for my kind of final hair damage diary video. But basically the reason that's going to be a final video is that all of the damage has now grown out. This is now all one length and I'm back to the bob that I was at a year ago when it all started going wrong. And a lot of it is my own natural hair colour now, which is crazy because I haven't had my own natural hair in a really long time. But part of the problem with having natural hair when you've had super blonde hair for a long time is your roots get greasy quicker, or at least for me that's the natural texture of my hair, or natural kind of hair that I've got, is it gets greasy quite quickly. And when it was blonde it wasn't that big a deal because obviously the damage that the bleach did made my hair quite porous, and it didn't seem to look as dirty or as greasy. But now, as soon as my hair, like maybe the next day, it needs to be washed again. So of course I've been dry shampooing and all that stuff, but when I had the hair extensions in, it never quite did the trick. Dry shampoo, because you can't really get it everywhere and it just wasn't quite right. So I discovered a new shampoo that I really like, and it's the John Frieda Beach Blonde. I think I maybe mentioned this in the last favourites, but I want to mention it again because I still really like it. And now that I've got the shorter hair, it's giving me a little bit of texture as well, because my hair now doesn't know what to do. It hasn't got the texture that it once had. It has to be kind of a bit longer to have that more natural texture that I used to have with my natural hair. So it's really fine and it kind of just doesn't do anything. And so I've been using this, which I really like. If you're into kind of purifying and very clean feeling shampoos, you'll like that. And smells amazing. It smells like, I don't know, like a cocktail or something, very fresh. And the Bumble and Bumble Thickening Dry Spun Finish Spray. I couldn't really use this with my extension, so this is a new favourite, but it's one that I used to use a lot. And it's just, I can basically spray it all over my hair and zhuzh it up. And it adds that texture that my fine hair right now doesn't have. I only have 3 makeup standouts here. Now I do have a lip product, but I don't know where I've put it. It is the Sephora lip cushion that I've been wearing all month. I forget exactly what it's called. I think it's the Wonder Cushion, and I think it was Wonderful Fuchsia is the one that I've got. Love. Have worn it so much, and so many people have asked what I'm wearing in Instagram pictures and videos when I've worn it. I love that product so much, but obviously we can't get it here because it's from Sephora. Hopefully, when we get the UK Sephora, we will get that kind of the UK Sephora that has that product. But for now, I just absolutely love that one, and next time I'm in a Sephora store, I will definitely be purchasing more. So I want to mention that, but I haven't got it with me. The other 3, first of all, there is a mascara. I haven't loved a new mascara in a really long time because I've been so obsessed with my Lash Sensational from Maybelline, but this Volume Million Fatale from L'Oreal is awesome. I always liked the Volume Million Lashes mascara, so if you like them as well, you'll probably like this. It's a very quick volumizing swipe. A rediscovery is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte. I think it all depends on how my skin is at that time as to how this sits on my skin. If you've got quite dry skin or there's dry areas, it's not going to look so great. During the course of the month I've been testing this out again, and I really like it, but when I had a cold and I had kind of dryness around my nose and just generally kind of chapped skin from it being cold outside, it stopped working quite so well. It didn't look quite so nice on my skin. So if you've got quite smooth skin, I mean, in theory, if you've got oily skin, you shouldn't have those dry patches, but if you have some dehydration, you might not love this. But if you just have oil and you want to try and find something that might last a little bit longer, this is really good for me. It doesn't last as well as Double Wear, but it's a nice drugstore alternative. And the other thing that I've been enjoying is the L'Oreal Kick, completely unintentional, Brow Artist Plumper. Not sponsored, promise, I would tell you. The Brow Artist Plumper I've been really liking as well. I've worn this pretty much exclusively this month. I've just started doing my brows yesterday with something different. I'm using the Freedom Brow Pomade today because I wanted something a bit bolder. With my shorter hair, I felt like I wanted something, I don't know, maybe it's because you've got more of the brown now, whereas previously I had kind of quite a bit of lighter colour through it. I don't know. But I wanted something bolder, so I went for that today. But for the last month I've been using this, and I just sweep it through my brows. It's a tinted, it's supposed to be a plumper. I can't see any fibres. It says it's got fibres, but it's not quite as good as the Benefit Fibre Mascara, whatever, Gimme Brow. It's not quite as nice as that. It is more like a thick brow gel for me, but I've been really enjoying that one, and I've got the colour medium dark. Nails. I've just rediscovered Avon nail polishes this month and really enjoyed them. I've done a lot of different nail arts for Halloween, if you've seen them on my Instagram and my blog. I've tried to do some step-by-step, so if this goes up in time and you're still interested, there are some easy Halloween nail arts on my blog that you might be interested in. But I'm going to take this off because it's all chipped and put this on today. We're actually going away tonight for a few nights, and one of the places that we're going to is the Harry Potter tour in London. So we're really excited about that, but I want to do something a bit spooky nail arty for that. So I'm going to take this with me, and I'm going to do my nails in the hotel tonight. Really like these. They are the Nailwear Pro, and there's the gel one as well, and they last really well on me. And this is just black, I think. Licorice. Lastly, I've got a few skincare items. This I've mentioned a million times before. It's the La Roche-Posay, I think it's called Cicaplast. It's kind of like an E45 style cream, but this has been amazing on the dry areas because I had the cold and I had like real flaky skin around my nose and generally chapped skin from the cold outside again. I always talk about this around this time of year. It's an amazing thing to have in if you have, I've even had kind of almost like chemical burns from facial products in the past, and this has worked wonders. So would highly recommend to have this in. It's just a really good all-purpose family product to have in. Good for so many different things. This is another thing that I'm going to try and gloss over because it's from Sephora. I got it whilst I was in Paris. This is a bubble mask. Apparently it's a good dupe for one from Bliss. I've never tried that one, but it is the most bizarre. If you want to see this in action, go and check out my Sephora haul, my most recent one. I'll try to remember to link it below, but I actually put everything on in that video and you can see it. It's insane. It's like bubble bath on your face and then it dissipates to nothing. Amazing. Really, really cool. And then the last kind of skincare thing is the Lush Lemony Flutter Cuticle Butter. And I've been using this again because I've been trying to do more nail posts and nail art. I've been trying to make my cuticles not so dry and horrible looking for the pictures, and Lex from Talented Lex recommended I try this, and it's very thick. I showed this in the haul, but it's very thick. It's kind of like almost like a polyfiller consistency, or thick and almost dry, but as you massage it into cuticles or your hands, it kind of turns into an oil. It's really nice, but it absorbs pretty quickly too. So I think that's everything that I have in front of me. They have been my beauty favourites. One thing I did want to mention, Emma and I are back on the podcast game. We've taken a few months off just for various different reasons. It's not come together, but we're going to be back on a weekly basis. And what we'd really love to do is make it more of an advice, dilemma-based podcast. So if you have any dilemmas, or you want us to kind of solve a problem, which this is ideally what I would love for the podcast to be, because they're my favourite podcasts to listen to. If I Were You is my absolute favourite, as we've talked about before. If you're looking for a podcast, I really, really love that one. That's my favourite one. And yes, to the girl that always tells me to listen to My Dad Wrote a Porno, I will also listen to that, I promise. It's just kind of difficult to tear me away from Jake and Amir right now. But I would love for you to send in kind of questions or dilemmas or things that you might want advice on. You can send it to styleontoast@gmail.com. I'll leave the email below for those of you that maybe would want to be featured. And obviously it can be anonymous and all that. But I would love for you to do that so that we can kind of slightly change the style of the show and make it more what I think we always kind of intended it to be. But we kind of lost our way a little bit. So hopefully we'll continue that on a weekly basis. And yeah, before you know it, it'll be Christmas. Halloween's nearly here, which means Christmas countdown, yes? So there'll be some very, very festive videos coming your way very soon. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!